Hello, this is Chiak. We are back again with Jack the Ripper. Or Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. Let's see if I can... Oh, I had it.
There is a strong smell of gas. It seems to be coming from the abandoned building.
Nope. Okay. Yes, they are alive. Okay, she is breathing. Everything's good. Ooh, whoa, dude. So, does that mean I had to...
I have no reason to go that way.
Okay, so no, we're still in Whitechapel. Where? Okay.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
I'm just gonna go around talk to everyone here.
Farewell, Isaac.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Because... I mean, what else is there to do? Because the only thing I'm remembering right now is about the policeman throwing his witness testimonies in the bin, but that's on Humphrey.
Yes, Doctor?
29th Humphrey.
Well, farewell, Doctor.
Goodbye, Dr. Watson.
Okay. Was there something... Did I miss something in the dialogue itself? I'll tell you this for nothing. It's me. My old mom lives at the house where the body was found. She has her shop at the bottom to the right of the stairs. Her door is broken down not too far back because it's a real zoo, 'tis. Right the morning it happened, I head that way to see if me old mum has finally had the place broken into. It was 4:45. So 4:45, so 4:45 when I got there. That I'll swear on my dear mom's life, I had to look around to see if the wine cellar had been robbed. No, I had to sit down the stairs with the courtyard because my shoes were causing me no end of pain, and I cut the leather where it was giving me gips. I didn't see any single thing below those steps. If there was a dam, if some dam was all covered in blood, no, how I could have missed that, even if it was nighttime. Right, 5 minutes after that, after getting to number 29, I had to clip off, and now they tells me that either I can tell no time or I was fixing me boots. Okay. Did we get to ask about the...
Yes, Doctor? So, how far along are the investigations into these two recent murders?
Everyone around here believes both crimes were committed by the same man. But as for the Hanbury Street and Bucks Row crimes, nobody has heard or seen a thing.
By the way, have you heard of a Dr. Tumblety?
No. Is it important?
Yes. Well, no, maybe. Actually, I don't know. I have heard about this man, his frequent nocturnal outings and bizarre behaviour.
What does this chap look like, Doctor? And where can we find him?
Did I already go to, or is that for the man who was accused as being a leather apron?
The last I heard was that he was staying at Finley's place, the man who was looking for me a few days ago.
It would greatly assist us if you could ask Finley what your strange associate looks like. We could then see if the description matches any witness accounts.
Oh, we already talked to him.
Tumblety is a man around 5'11", about 55 years old, extravagantly dressed and with a rather distinctive voice. He boards at Finley's. You should know where that is, as the police were there only yesterday. Their arrival coincided with a strange gas leak.
Ah, yes, I know where you mean. Indeed, there was an odd affair with the gas. It was rather unsettling. We were searching for a well-known scoundrel who was ratted out by Squibby, the chap we followed and saved from the pack a few days ago. This thug, no pity Bluto, must have been in the abandoned building in question. But there was no sign of him when we arrived. Furthermore, an inspector said that, given the smell, the thingamabob that supplies gas to the building was probably damaged. So we took no risks and were called away somewhere else.
Okay.
I will take my leave, Humphreys.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Squibby, his name came up.
Anything else, Doctor?
Just wanted to see.
Pretty well. Goodbye for now, Finley.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Let's head to the brothel just to see if there's any information I can get from the madame. Also, it'd be hilarious to hear what the conclusion.
You're still there, Doctor?
Nope, nothing.
Very well. I shall let you get back to work, Ma.
See you soon, my love.
Okay. No?
Oi, what'll it be to drink, Gav?
Gav?
Goodbye, my friend.
Oi, that's it.
Okay. What am I missing? I'm gonna read the dialogue. I'm just, like... I can't keep hold of what people are saying. Okay, so... Let's see... Blah, blah, blah. Traveling address. You should know... Police station was only there yesterday. The route coincided with a strange gas leak. Odd affair with the gas. We were searching for a well-known scoundrel who was ratted out by Squibby, the chap we followed and saved from the pack a few days ago. This thug, no pity Bluto, must have been in the abandoned building in question, but there was no signs of him when we arrived. Thingamabob that supplied the gas. Okay, so where do I go from here? I'm gonna talk with everyone else around in the area. See if that will give me a new
Yes, Doctor?
Well,
lead or
farewell, Doctor.
direction.
Goodbye, Dr. Watson.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
No, nothing.
Farewell, Isaac.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Okay, next step. Spam my space bar till something pops up. Of course, a lot of things are going to pop up, like the street signs. Oh,
Whitechapel Street. I have no reason to go that way.
but eventually we will need to go this way. Okay, so there's another area still. So, the gas inspector. Nothing. Ooh, carriage. I think I've seen that before. And the carriage disappeared. It is a ghost. feel like I want to click every single one of these just so I can get the
Batty Street.
readings out of the way. Maybe let's go back. You know what I forgot? I didn't try the door. Totally forgot about that.
No, it would be better not to insist.
Damn it. There's nothing else here. Okay, police station. Nothing.
Closed.
I like how we have apparently free roam. He's not gonna have anything more.
Yes, Doctor.
Tumblety is a man around 5'11".
Ah, yes, I know where you mean. Indeed, there was an odd affair with the gas. It was rather unsettling. We were searching for a well-known scoundrel who was ratted out by Squibby, the chap we followed and saved from the pack a few days ago. This thug, no pity Bluto, must have been in the abandoned building in question. But there was no sign of him when we arrived. Furthermore, an inspector said that, given the smell, the thingamabob that supplies gas to the building was probably damaged. So we took no risks and were called away somewhere else.
I will take my leave, Humphreys.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Sorry, every time I go into chat with him, I can't help but notice that that wanted poster, bottom right of that man. I don't remember which game we played where we had to figure out what the supposed man looked like, but I remember it being terrible. Lucy, can we talk to Lucy? She's the only person thus far. Or is she just forever gone? Yeah, she's not there. Ugh. So what do we do now? What I am gonna do is literally
Batty
go
Street.
to every single one of these,
Batty Street.
get it out of the way.
Batty Street. Batty Street.
Okay. Seriously, what are we
Look,
supposed to
the
do
Club
now?
for Socialist Jews, the Crate... Berner Street. Commercial Street.
Okay. Yes. This is... I mean, I would think I would need to go here. Again, nothing. I like how you just... Your job is to stay in this one particular area. Were you not there that night when apparently something was going down?
Commercial Street. Commercial Street.
I saw that carriage disappear. I might look this up because I'm not quite sure what else I'm supposed to be doing. I will continue my venture of getting rid of all of these. Whitechapel.
Whitechapel Street. Whitechapel Street.
Nothing there.
Whitechapel Street.
Anything down here? Just need to double check. Nope. What am I missing? Oh, I need to ask about the pill. Excuse me, ma'am? Okay, inventory, let's click on this.
Yes, Doctor?
Could you tell me what type of pill this is?
Yes, we have those here. It's not really a medication. We give them to patients with chronic respiratory conditions like tuberculosis.
Okay.
Did you have a patient by the name of Annie Chapman, the woman killed 3 days ago?
Indeed. She came in the morning of her death. Poor woman.
Did you give her these pills?
Yes, now that I think of it. She actually came in twice. The first time I gave her an almost empty container without making her pay. She came back during the day and said she dropped the container and stepped on the pills. She wanted to know if I could give her more again without paying. I refused. After she left, a patient who was there told me that he lives at the same place and confided that she had been lying. He saw the pills fall in the tenement's communal kitchen, but the woman immediately wrapped them up in a piece of paper.
Where did this paper come from?
According to this man, she'd found it near the chimney in the kitchen.
Anyone could have thrown that paper there. That envelope can't have anything to do with the murder.
Pardon, Doctor?
Nothing. I was just talking to myself. Well, farewell, Doctor.
Goodbye, Dr. Watson.
What's that sound? Okay. So once again, let's have a look over the dialogue. Okay, she wants to know after she left, where's the paper part? After the patient left, the patient told me that he lives at the same place and confided that she had been lying. He saw the pills fall in the tenement's communal kitchen, but the woman immediately wrapped them up in a piece of paper. According to this man, she had found it near the chimney in the kitchen. Okay, am I supposed to know? Unless I'm supposed to go to Finley, because apparently... Hey, Finley.
Anything else, Doctor?
No.
Very well. Goodbye for now, Finley.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Lucy? No. Brothel. The communal kitchen. I mean, it's not like we can go.
I could return to Baker Street, but I am still missing some information. And that would put Holmes in a devil of a mood.
Like, am I trying to find more information on Annie Chapman?
You're still there, Doctor?
Very well. I shall let you get back to work, Mark.
See you soon, my love.
Okay, so the pill's gone. What communal kitchen? She actually came in twice for blah blah. She wants to know if I could give her more. After she left, the patient who was there told me that he lives at the same place and confided that she had been lying. He saw the pills fall in a tenement's communal kitchen, but the woman immediately wrapped them up with a piece of paper.
I have no reason to go that way.
Ugh. Let's head to the police station.
Yes, Doctor.
I will take my leave, Humphreys.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Oh wait, the envelope. The envelope. No, documents. London, the Royal Sussex. But is there anything to do with this? Because it's not like an inventory item where I can show it to someone. The Royal Sussex, M2S. The Royal Sussex free. So lost. It's like.
No, it would be better not to insist.
Gav?
Goodbye, my friend.
Oi, that's it.
Come on, there has to be something. I don't want to look it up, but it's just a weird thing where there's exactly one thing to do, or I'm not quite sure what else I should be doing. I already investigated the pill. I already went to you, right? Yeah, I already
Anything
went
else?
to you.
Very
There's
well.
the cobbler.
Goodbye for now, Finley.
Goodbye,
Let's go to the
Doctor.
cobbler. If not, then I'm gonna look this up.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Farewell, Isaac.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Okay. Well, so what other information I'm trying, like, problem I'm having with the dialogue so far is that it's not, for me, it's not really leading me clearly to what my next direction should be. So I'm a bit thrown off by that. We are now Annie Chapman's section of the game. How can I find more about the pills? Can I now finish the task of returning the stolen cane? Oh yeah, there's the conflicting reports as well. Is there anything we can actually do with that? Oh, the trash bin is to the left of the constable's desk? I guess when I was pressing the space bar. Oh my goodness. My goodness. April 1886, at gunpoint from the White Plum Mountain Inn, also called the Kayak Affair, 5 years. Dartmoor, Benjamin Benny, the scholar. That's an interesting last name. 46, Houndsditch, falsifying bank records using false bank records, misappropriation of funds to the detriment of the Royal Bank of London, 8 years. Dartmoor, Jacob Levy, 30, Aldgate theft of the theft of a weight of meat from his employer, Hyman Sampson, butcher at 58, blah, blah, blah. Ron Obvious, 26, address unknown, vagrant, embezzlement, indecent assault, the great degradation of a religious building to the detriment of the authorities in charge of the... Okay, so that's certain of...
An old report on arrests that took place a few years earlier. Here are the ripped statements. I can piece them together again.
Okay, well... That's a corner piece. We're all... Ooh. I think this would be this way. What? No. Oopsies, what am I doing? No, that doesn't seem right either. Okay, hold on with that. Yeah, see, this makes more sense, because either way, nothing here lines up with anything over there. Okay. So interesting. This piece... It seems to be... Oh. Is there more than one... I think there's more than one... Okay. Okay, so we got a mixture of things happening here. So really it's more of a, which one do I get done first? See, I don't know if it's like these things side by side or... Interesting. Okay, let's see. No. Okay, here we go. All right. So that's what was not making sense. Where is... All right, here we go. That piece doesn't fit. Okay, let's put that there. Oh, here we go. Oopsies. Oh. I think I need to switch these around. Here you go. Come on.
There, all done. Holmes couldn't have done better himself.
Testimony of E. Long. On the morning of the murder, the witness left her domicile at 32 Church Street at approximately 5 a.m. to get to Spitalfields Market. She was passing down Hanbury Street at about 5:30 a.m. The witness was certain of the time as she declares that she heard the clock at the Black Eagle Brewery on Brick Lane strike the half-hour just before she entered the street, in front of the 29 Hanbury Street. She saw a man and woman talking. It should be noted that the witness identified the body of Annie Chapman at the morgue as being the aforementioned woman. This identification was solicited by her services. The man seen with the victim is described by the witness as follows: at least 40 years old, a little taller than the woman with whom he was discussing, approximately 5 feet 3 inches, brown deerstalker hat, dark coat, a doubt on this point, general appearance of the working class, particular markings: dark hair and mustache, dark face, looks like a foreigner. The witness only saw the man from behind and wouldn't be able to recognize or identify him. The term foreigner is often associated with a person of Jewish origin. Is that it? Okay, there we go. I was wondering where's the other one. Testimony of A. Kadosh. The witness resides at 27 Hanbury Street, the building adjoining number 29 of the same street, and the two respective backyards are separated by a wooden fence, tall and thin. On the morning of the murder, the witness got up at 5:15 a.m. and went into the yard where the latrine was. It was then 5:20 a.m. On going back into the house, the witness heard voices from behind the fence coming from number 29. The only word that he understood was no. He went into the building again but returned to the yard approximately 4 minutes later, whereupon he heard a noise as if something fell against the fence. He then departed for work. When he passed in front of Spitalfields Church, it was approximately 5:32 a.m.
Well, it would seem that I have all the information I need for my investigation. Anyway, this fellow Bluto at the Wasp's Nest is rather shady and doesn't look like he'll want to cooperate. I'd be better off returning to Baker Street. Holmes will certainly know what to do. And besides, I am worn out.
Okay. Do you... do you want me... Okay, I wasn't surprised you didn't just take me there.
Let's go back to Baker Street. Home, sweet home. There we are, Holmes. I've told you in great detail everything that happened last night.
Excellent work, Watson. We shall now be prepared to answer a few questions about the horrible murder in Hanbury Street.
Do you think we are now in a position to find out the identity of the murderer of these two women?
No, I don't think so. It's outside of our scope and not our responsibility. As much as you've done for Leather Apron and the affair with the pills, our mission is to help the police by ensuring that they don't get caught up following false leads and to point them in the right direction. Let us start from what we know with some certitude. As you have just said, it is almost certain that the same person killed the Bucks Row and Hanbury Street victims. The reasons to assume as much are numerous, and I shan't elaborate here. What do these two victims have in common?
It's true these two women were in the same profession, but...
Indeed, Watson. These two women were both prostitutes. That is of vital importance, Watson.
My memory from your examination of the scene is rather hazy. Didn't you say something about the killer's frame of mind?
I was talking about the victim's possessions that were placed on the ground and the rings missing from Annie Chapman's fingers. This killer is a cunning predator, comes from a rather humble background, and shows steely self-control in carrying out the murders.
Something is puzzling me, Holmes. Richardson's testimony contradicts the time of death given by Dr. Phillips, which also matches my own, 4:30 a.m.
And yes, we shall confirm that, Watson, and attempt to determine the precise time of death. In order to do that, we will need to place everyone involved on a timeline. Only after that will we be able to place the knife symbolizing our killer. Let's look at our timeline, Watson.
Okay. So... Oh, whoa.
Let's put the time of death as assessed by Dr. Phillips on the timeline. The assessment of the time of the murder given by Dr. Phillips and yourself, Watson, 4:30 a.m.
How am I supposed to know when I arrived on the scene? Did they give us a time of when we arrived on the scene? Time for us to go. So 2 hours ago before 4:30, so 6:30 around there.
We left the station at 6 o'clock and it took us 20 minutes to arrive at Hanbury Street.
Okay, so 6:20. I don't know if the game wants me to be that particular, but I like how
Our arrival at the scene occurred at around 6:20. Given the distance separating the two locations, we can deduce that the corpse wasn't discovered after 6 o'clock, and therefore that the murder must have been committed before.
Okay. So, what am I supposed to... Oh, shoot. She was passing down Hanbury Street at 5:30. Okay. But unless there's something we can actually... What does it want me to do? Select the inventory and dialogue in 2 documents, which will permit you to determine the time of Anna Chapman's death. Then place the objects or the characters representing these testimonies on the timeline. Listen carefully to Sherlock Holmes' instructions, which might ask you to modify them once all the icons are properly placed. Sherlock Holmes will ask you to place Jack the Ripper's knife. Okay. Where's the... These should be dialogues here. Okay. Where is that guy? Oh, wait. Oh. Okay, so we're supposed to go there, find the thing. Okay, so Richardson arrives at his mother's place. Okay, Richardson, I'll be telling you, I'm a bit befuddled. Me old mom, 'tis the morning. 4:45, so 4:45. And he got there, 4:45. Actually, let's just put that on the thing.
Now, let's put the Richardsons' arrival and departure times on the timeline.
Oops. Okay. And then... it was 4:45 when I got there. 4:45. Single thing, now one single thing, there's a damn... 5 minutes after getting to number 29, I had to clip off, so 5 minutes afterwards.
Now, let's put the Richardsons' arrival and departure times on the timeline. Despite the great respect I have for Dr. Phillips and the value I place on our friendship, my deepest conviction is that both of you are mistaken and that Richardson is in the right and that these 2 testimonies put down in writing have real worth.
But how? Explain yourself, Holmes.
Remember how you assessed the time of death? You touched the fingers and body of the victim, but it was remarkably cold for this time of year. In addition, the corpse had been drained of bodily fluids. Its heat retention was therefore no longer the same as that of an intact corpse.
Egad! You're right, Holmes.
Oh, I've had some time to research, Watson.
Given these facts, my first diagnosis may have been off by half an hour, perhaps even an hour.
Thus, we can confirm Richardson's statement and establish that the murder was committed after 4:50 a.m. and not before 4:30 a.m.
Okay. And about passing down. So 5:30. And this is 5:30 and 5:20. He went to the yard. Oh, we're supposed to be clicking that. Okay. Right, there we go. Okay. Sees the woman speaks to man. This is the 5:31, so...
Now, for the most important part, the testimony of Miss Long. She claims to have seen a woman speaking to a man near 29 Hanbury Street sometime around... What time, Watson? Let us assume, therefore, that Miss Long's testimony is, as is most certainly the case, true. She places her meeting with the victim at around 5:30, claiming to have heard a clock chime on the half hour at the moment when she enters the street.
Okay, so in his garden for a few minutes, he hears voices. Someone falls against the fence, he leaves for work. Okay. When it's got up at 5:30, went to the yard where the latch was in. I'm going back into the house. The witness heard voices. So 5:20. 5:20. Four minutes later. 5:20, 5:24, 5:32.
Our next witness is Albert Kadosh. Albert Kadosh goes down into his garden at approximately 5:20, and on re-entering his home, hears voices in number 29's garden. Let's place this symbol that represents Kadosh on the timeline. Kadosh goes back down into his garden approximately 4 minutes after having left it, and hears the sound of an impact against the wooden fence. Let's place this symbol that represents Kadosh on the timeline. Kadosh leaves the garden, enters his house, then leaves for work, seeing the clock on the Spitalfields church showing 5:32. Excellent, Watson. All our people are now in place.
Yes, but Holmes, Miss Long claims to have seen the victim at around 5:30. But according to Kadosh, someone, most certainly the victim and her murderer, was already in the garden at 5:30.
Excellent observation, Watson. It must be noted, however, that these two witnesses, Long and Kadosh, saw the time shown on the clocks in the area, which are often inaccurate and went by their empirical and, in this case, erroneous estimate of how much time had passed. Thus, neither of these two times can be considered reliable.
Do you mean to say that these two testimonies might match?
Indeed. Let's put Miss Long's meeting with the victim at 2 minutes before 5:30. Let's add Miss Long's meeting with the victim at 2 minutes before 5:30 a.m. Mr. Kadosh claims to have passed by the Spitalfields church at 5:32, which, given the distance from 27 Hanbury Street, would mean he was still at home at 5:31. Let's therefore put the end of his testimony at 5:31.
Really? We're putting it 1 minute back? Okay.
Miss Long heard the man say to the victim, "Will you?" To which the victim responded, "Yes," which would suggest that an agreement was reached and that the transaction was imminent. They then proceeded to enter the garden, which puts the voices heard by Kadosh at 5:29.
Okay, I am trying to. Okay, seriously, I can't. No? Really?
We had thought that Kadosh had left 27 Hanbury Street at 5:31 after having heard an impact against the fence. Thus, 2 minutes passed between the moment when Kadosh entered the house after having been in the garden the first time and the moment when he returns to go out again and leave for work. How long did he estimate this interval to be? 3 to 4 minutes. In light of all this, Watson, we can finally establish the time of Chapman's murder. Now, place the knife at the exact time.
I have 5:30.
Now then, taking into account that the local clock isn't exact and that a young man was off by a minute or two in his estimations of his comings and goings, we can confirm Miss Long's testimony and place the time of the crime at approximately 5:30.
But in that case, Holmes, the man that Miss Long saw is none other than...
That's right, Watson. It was the Whitechapel killer.
To think that Miss Long and Kadosh were only a few feet away from him.
Indeed, Watson. Had Miss Long passed just a little closer to the victim and her assassin, or had the young Kadosh popped his head over the fence out of curiosity, the killer would most certainly already be behind bars.
That's some stroke of luck he had there.
I couldn't agree more, Watson. But his luck didn't end there, given the mutilations inflicted upon this poor woman. What must be considered above all is the killer's obvious wish to remove one and only one specific organ. His surgery pinpointed the exact spot, avoiding superfluous incisions. This suggests the man possesses at least a minimal anatomical knowledge.
Are you suggesting a doctor or a butcher?
Perhaps, but the possibilities are still too broad to conclude with any certainty. Now for the motive. Despite my almost complete lack of practical experience on the subject, I have a rather precise idea of the usefulness of a uterus and a vagina. Nonetheless, once they are separated from their usual envelope, I am more circumspect as to the uses one can make of them. What do you think, Watson? We need a board, Watson.
Okay, I'm actually going to end the set here. So, thank you for liking if you like. Thank you for commenting if you commented. Thank you for subscribing if you subscribed. Thank you for favoriting if you favorited. And thank you for simply clicking on this video. Until next time, guys. See ya!